Hey y'all, hey, it's JJ Conway. Welcome to Building Wealth Together, where our goal is to help you walk in abundance and leave a legacy. It's Juice with JJ. This is where I keep you informed about scams, financial controversies, and money shenanigans so you can keep your cash flow out of their pockets and funding your dreams. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, it's Small Business Saturday, and guess what that means? That means a lot of us have the Black Friday blues. Before I get into that, though, I want to encourage you to go out and sow into the lives of 3 or 4 business owners today. You know, there's many ways to support your friends in business, even if you're all spent out from yesterday's frenzies. You can forward their specials on your social media platforms or through email. You can call up one of them to let them know how proud you are of them. You can recommend your products to somebody or recommend their products to somebody who was thinking about it. Or you can even recommend that business owner to someone planning a conference or a trade show. Take some time out to do this today, even if you don't shop on Small Business Saturday. Today's topic is the Black Friday blues. How many of you are feeling blue after Black Friday? Let me ask you this. Did you get everything on your list? I know I didn't. I kind of have no idea what to get the people on my list, and quite frankly, I'm tired of spending money on stuff people don't really want in the first place. More importantly, I'm tired of people buying me stuff I don't really want. Like, it always kills me because you spent your hard-earned money on something that I'm not going to use, have no room for, and while I appreciate the thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep it. And that's especially more poignant in this house because many of you may not know I retired from the Air Force and moved in with my husband in his house, and it's a tiny house, and we're planning for bigger and better things, but right now we got a good thing going, and we're not going to mess that up. We're just going to be patient and do what we want to do in a couple years. And I don't have room for tchotchkes. I don't have room for anything extra that I need dust. I tell you what, because this house is a dust magnet and I still haven't figured it out. So even before the dust problem, though, I always kind of said the same things. Little luxuries like Starbucks gift cards or, those specialty kinds of things that you can eat up or use up, right? Time with the person who's giving me. So like taking me out to dinner. And time is at a premium. I understand that most of us are super busy. Another one is always babysitting. Like babysitting is always in style. Seriously. Like the Christmas before last, my mom asks me, she's like, "What do you want?" And we were serious. We were like, "Watch The Boys." And she comes back a couple weeks later. She's like, "No, really, what do you want?" I'm like, "No, really, watch The Boys. Keep the boys for a day and let me and Chris go do something fun without them." And we were serious, and she did. She watched The Boys, and then she also sent us down to Warner Brothers Studio for the day, which was super cool. A lot of times people insist on these expensive tchotchkes that I have no place to display, or they insist on clothing that doesn't fit. Although I'm always flattered at how small it is, I'm a choose. I'm a choose to believe that most of you think I'm thinner than I am. Not that you're trying to give me a hint. Now I will say I do love my Juju helmet that was sent to me by some dear friends for my retirement from the Air Force. I was like, wow, that's like the coolest retirement gift ever, right? So I'm a little weird like that, and it's always difficult for me to figure out what to get people because most of the people in my life like things, and up until now, I haven't been real good about picking out things for people. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not a things person, right? Like, it's only been recently that my husband actually uses, wears, or displays any of the things that I get him because I finally stopped getting him the things that I thought would be nice and started listening when he mentions little things from time to time. And my husband, his Christmas gift list is actually pretty easy. Gift cards for everyone, done. I mean, it takes him like 10 minutes. He gets a lot of gift cards back, right? And he's cool with that, really. But I have so many gift cards from places that I don't even shop at or eat. I really don't want to send people gift cards and have them think, oh, that's what she wants. Because unless it's something that I actually shop at or eat at or indulge in from time to time, it's a waste of your money. And I don't want anybody to waste the money, I'm honestly this close to saying, just forget it. No more gifts, no more gifts. And I've heard of some families that do that, like no gifts for anybody under 18. And I'm like, you know what? When my kids grow up, we're going to implement that gift policy. You want to bless mom and dad? Come spend time with us. Come with us on a trip. Pay for the trip. Pay for dinner. I don't need you to buy me stuff, okay? Certainly don't need anything that doesn't mean anything. I'm kind of done with things that have little meaning. Okay. And so I'm not throwing off all gifts. I'm still going to pick up something for my nieces and my nephews and my poopy doos. That kind of brings me back to today's subject, which is the Black Friday blues. From Black Friday through Christmas, I, as a financial planner, can pretty much count on minimal contact with my clients. Referrals drop during this time. Now they bump way up in January because everybody wants to get their money straight, right? But between Thanksgiving and Christmas, referrals drop. Referred clients are less likely to book. Existing clients miss their appointments or they run from me when I try to schedule their appointments because, nobody wants to be told, don't waste all your money on Christmas shopping, right? And I get it. I get it. They don't want to be told, don't take that Christmas cruise. Don't spend money you don't have shopping on the cruise for stuff that's really overpriced anyway, right? They overprice everything and slash it down. Nobody wants to hear that. And I get it, right? I totally get it. But one thing I do know is that when you get to a point, and some of you listening, you're at that point. When you get to the point where you are buying everything, including your vacations and your experiences and your luxuries with money that's in the bank, it is hands down a way more amazing feeling than going on that fabulous trip, taking those fabulous pictures, and then hoping you can still return some of that stuff when you get home. What's that phrase? Everything in moderation. And I just heard from Dr. Amen. He said people say everything in moderation when they're about to do something they know they shouldn't do. And I'm like, wow, that makes so much sense. And we do that with our money all the time. But when you get into debt, it brings a bondage with you. And I want to encourage you today, as you're going through your debt-free journey, as you're going through your wealth-building journey, your biggest, most influential piece of your life that you can use to build wealth is your income. And it's important to spend it wisely. I can help you do that. Now let's talk about one way I help people do that. That was yesterday at Black and Gold Friday. If you participated in yesterday's Black and Gold Friday, man, you definitely got more than you spent because that content was golden. And if you missed it, I want you to run out to thebuildingwealthtogether.com and register for the VIP lifetime access. It's only $29, y'all. The videos and audio, they should be up sometime today. It was phenomenal. And then we went Black Friday shopping. And guess what? Just like I predicted last week, very little of what I wanted was actually a deal. In fact, I was actually really disappointed Thursday night because I was looking through the deals and I discovered that most of the things that were on my list, which admittedly were personal growth or supplies for my business, most of them things weren't on sale at all. I mean, they looked like they were 75% off, but the prices had been bumped up so high on many of them that if you didn't continually pay attention to what they were offering, you would actually pay more for an item than regular price. What a scam. Or smart business. I don't know which one it is. I'm still a little salty about Amazon showing me different prices for the same thing they showed somebody else for. Like, I want to save money, but Amazon figured out that I have a little more. So I'm a little irritated with them. Maybe I'm just a little salty on that. But seriously, though, if you don't pay attention to pricing over time, then it's really hard to know what's a good value in the marketplace. Same happens with clothes, electronics, all of these things. We think we're getting 75% off, but we're actually paying regular price. There's a particular vendor that used to do that all the time. They always sold their stuff $4.99 on sale, flash sale for $1.99. But they were having a flash sale every single week. I think I talked about them last week. Did I talk about them last week? Anyway, I'm like, your sale price is so often, it's really the real price. Your real price is really $1.99. You just put $4.99 on there so we feel good, right? Now I was wanting to get an air fryer and I don't know where we would put it in this tiny house, but I was going to get me an air fryer. Unfortunately, all the ones I saw were like generic knockoff brands as opposed to the brand name I could get back in Louisiana. I was like, well, I'm not going to pay more or the same for something that I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to go with a brand that I have confidence in and that my friends have used, you know what I mean? So I'll just wait till next week and pick it up, you know? Why would I scurry to buy it now just because it's on sale? It wasn't really on sale, right? And another one that I saw that I was actually looking forward to, this one particular online vendor had several things that were normally, they've been $9.99 for years, y'all. and they sent an email out, 60% off sale. I got all excited, right? Because I was just going to snap everything up, right? Only they'd marked everything up to $19.99. So the sales price was $11.99. I mean, like, really? Really? Nobody been buying it at $9.99 all this time. But guess what? It's flying off the shelves at $11.99 because people think they're getting 60% off. And so some of us get caught up in all that shopping, and then we overspend, and then we don't fix it because we either stood in line so long that it was ridiculous, or we just don't want to admit that we fell for it. Look, let me give you permission right now to admit that you may have bought a few things that weren't as amazing as you thought they were originally, okay? It's okay. It happens to the best of us, all right? Maybe you got them home and you realized they weren't the right cut, the right color, the right size, the right shape. In other words, they are not a good fit and they are not going to add value to your future or to the lives of those who you purchased them for. I'm going to encourage you today to remember that taking charge of your money is more important than hanging on to something that isn't meeting your needs because of all the time and effort and money you already put into it. See, that's known as a sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is when we say, I put so much money into this failing business, I can't stop now. Some of us use this fallacy to justify staying in abusive or disrespectful relationships. I've been friends with this person for 20 years. We also use this fallacy to justify overeating, overspending, or any number of things that are actually not good for us. We know they're not good for us, but we've put so much into it, we can't walk away. We use this fallacy to cling to unwanted clothing and things. I know I had that problem. I cleaned out my closet the other day, and it killed me to get rid of some things that were very expensive, but they just didn't look good on me. And as a public speaker, I need to look good, y'all. Psychologist Christopher Oliviola says that one of the reasons we do this is to help reconcile the mental disconnect between paying for something and not getting the expected return on investment. He says it could also be a knee-jerk reaction to regret, or it could be an attempt to convince others and ourselves that we're not wasteful, that we're not wrong. But guess what? Sometimes we are wrong. Sometimes we make mistakes. No matter what time, money, or energy you've already spent on something, let me tell you, spending more isn't going to bring that money, time, or energy back. It's gone. It's a sunk cost. You're starting over and making your decision today looking forward, not looking backwards. Sure, I poured 8 hours of shopping time into these gifts, but that money could be used in better ways, or I could buy better gifts. So I'm going to find them something better anyway. I might as well admit it, learn from it, and roll on. If you've overspent this Black Friday, I encourage you to examine why and then figure out how to successfully navigate the holiday season without hamstringing yourself by taking on more debt or spending things that cause you regret. As both a financial planner and a financial coach, that's absolutely something I can help you with. Look, there's always an answer. There's always a solution. If you haven't seen it yet, then it's time to go on a solution-seeking mission. And sometimes this is done through reflection, some research, or you could even bring in a third party like me who can help you open up the aperture and see the choices that you hadn't seen before. Now, I don't want to make it sound like all Black Friday deals are the devil, right? Most are not deals at all, right? But there are some deals out there. My son bought Madden 21 on sale, and I got some great business building content and some super cool gifts for the women in my family that I wish I could tell you about, but I'm not sure who listens to my podcast. So if you want to know what I bought, just shoot me a text. I got a new text system that makes myself more accessible to the public. And that number is 254-274-3055. Now, it has an onboarding thing that's automated, okay? But once you register yourself, like to prevent spam, right? You know, I give my number out on international podcasts. Well, I better put some processes in place or I'll never see all the good texts. It'll be overrun with spam, right? So after you register, though, and you get through all that onboarding process, then I'll be the one that texts you from that number. Again, it's 254-274-3055. And don't forget about the lifetime access to Black and Gold Friday. I know I just told you don't spend a whole lot of money on Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, the whole shopping extravaganza. But this is worth 10, 100, 1,000 times the investment. And you can find that up at buildingwealthtogether.com. The videos are being edited and they should be up by the time you get this podcast in your device. Hopefully. Okay, that's all I have for today's Juice with JJ. I want to encourage you to take stock of where your finances are this holiday season and make sure we chart out a course for you to get through the holiday season with joy, peace, and gladness instead of fear, stress, and anxiety over bills you cannot pay. I'm JJ Conway. Thanks for listening. Y'all take care and be blessed. Love the podcast? Be sure to like, subscribe, and forward to 3 friends. You can ask a question or take a life-changing class at buildingwealthtogether.com. Now, go walk in abundance and leave a legacy.